Hello and welcome to Golden West College Football on SoCalCollegeSports.com, broadcasting on the Coast Sports Network. It's another warm and breezy day in Huntington Beach with a game-time temperature of 79 degrees and climbing. And today it's a true marquee matchup in the SCFA as the third-ranked Rustlers welcome in the top-ranked and defending SCFA champion Riverside City College Tigers. A rematch of last season's SCFA championship game, an instant classic that was literally decided on the final play by a single yard. Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Zapata here with you from Golden West College, and we welcome you. And Michael's getting himself all set up here, and we are getting set to go. Riverside did win the opening toss, and they have elected to receive. So Golden West will kick off, and the Tigers will work it from left to right. Here in the opening quarter, Tom Kraft electing to take the ball. And Michael, obviously in this a marquee matchup.
Check.
We have any number of storylines and matchups up and down these rosters, but it starts with Riverside's offense averaging 47 points a game over the first 3 weeks against Nick Mitchell's Rustler defense that has allowed just 10 points through the first 3 weeks. They've allowed more points on special teams than they have on defense so far this season. What a matchup that is.
It's pretty incredible when you mention that, and only 164 yards of total offense for Bakersfield on the road last season that the Rustlers gave up, and it was an impressive number. They've been impressive this season. What breaks first? Does the defense break or does the offensive line break? And, Retzlaff will have both Retzlaffs will have their work cut out for him today, that's for sure.
Yeah, Retzlaff comes back home in the new uniform, making the transfer to Riverside City College, and he's been slinging it all over the yard over the first 3 weeks with 14 touchdown passes as the Tigers have come out caution flammable on offense over the first 3 weeks. Both teams 3-0 to start the season. They'll keep it on the ground. A first down carry of about 4 yards will bring up a second down and 6. It was Jaquez Jones, the only returning sophomore in a crowded Riverside backfield. They had 3 running backs all rush for over 500 yards a season ago. Jones was 5th on the team in rushing yards. Retzlaff's first pass is complete to Reggie Retzlaff. He finds his brother over the middle at the 47, and the Tigers immediately move the chains on the Retzlaff completion. Just to finish the point on Jones, he had the 5th most rushing yards on the season a season ago. So while there have been some other areas where the Tigers have a lot of experience, running back is not one of those positions. Jones, the only returner. He finds good running room up the middle into Golden West territory at the 45. An 8-yard gain brings up a second down and 2. In addition to Retzlaff, a hugely talented and experienced quarterback, the Tigers have another boon offensively, and that is on the offensive line where they have 5 sophomores all returning. So it is a very talented and a strong offensive line that is also bringing a great deal of experience.
If you need to.
Retzlaff on a designed roll, looking, throwing, on the sideline, going back to his brother Reggie, and finds him again for a gain of about 5 yards to the 35, where it'll be a third down and 5. I should say a second down and 5.
5-yard gain, second down and 5.
This is a stark contrast to last week at Saddleback. Riverside, probably the most unimpressive 34-3 win at Saddleback. We had that here on SoCal College Sports and the Coast Sports Network. They were 3 and out, 2 interceptions and a fumble loss for Retzlaff in that first half, and maybe a case of looking ahead to this week.
Yeah, Jones on the carry, brought down by Prince Ford near the first down marker, but he's a little bit shy, so 3rd and inches from the 35. Jones remains in the backfield. They'll go to Jones, a little sidestep to his right, and he picks his way forward for a couple. That'll move the chains once again. The Tigers with an impressive opening drive. Out past the 32, the 28-yard line where they have it 1st and 10.
And we saw this at times last week. Retzlaff and company, they're going to go tempo to establish a rhythm offensively. And, well, you're going to have your hands full with this linebacking core who's, well, they're pretty fast east to west, although they're getting what they want right now and setting the edge.
Running off tackle on the right side and finding the edge. That was Elijah Monroe. We haven't seen a lot of Monroe this season.
6-yard gain on the run. Second down.
No, I believe that was Robert Valentine on the carry. Apologies, 26 and 25. It'll be a little bit of a challenge. Well, we'll get it. They set up the screen. Back to Valentine. Picks up a block. He's inside the 15. He's got another first down. This is a methodical and impressive drive for the Tigers on the opening drive. And when we talked to Nick Mitchell, he knew that this was going to be a considerable challenge even for his very talented and veteran defensive unit. But the important thing for Nick Mitchell in this matchup was to keep the plays in front, tackle well, make the Tigers earn it. But so far, Michael, that's exactly what they're doing as they are working their way down the field. They're in the red zone. Valentine on the carry. Little hesitation. Inside the 5, pushing the pile down near the goal line.
Short of the end zone, Robert Valentine with the run.
Well, big build-up to this game here this week. After last week, you had to imagine Coach Kraft. The film session was not fun for the players after the win at Saddleback, albeit
Valentine hit behind the line, did manage to get back to the line, but short of the goal line. It'll bring up a second down and goal as we wind under 11 minutes to go. Just underway. Opening drive for the Tigers. What a matchup. Number 3 and number 1 in the current rankings. Riverside and Golden West. The pitch to Valentine off the edge on the left side, brought down, but did get to the goal line for the touchdown. Valentine able to just reach out, and the Tigers are on the board. That is the first touchdown that Golden West has allowed since the opening drive of the season. Going back to the opener against Orange Coast College, that was a run of nearly 12 quarters without allowing a touchdown, but the Tigers go right down the field. We'll give you the look from field level, and that's a great effort from Valentine, who's hit it about the 2-yard line, but just has the nose for the goal line and reaches out, gets it over, and the Tigers, with the extra point tacked on, grab a 7-0 lead as they go the distance for the opening touchdown. 10:37 to go in the opening quarter. Riverside on top of Golden West, 7-0. You are watching Golden West College football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Bring us back.
And number 20, Sam Libeer.
Libeer and Antonacci back deep waiting for the kick. The Tigers, well, that is exactly how you draw it up. If you're on that Riverside sideline on the opening drive, they take it right down against the Golden West defense, get the 2-yard touchdown run by Robert Valentine to get on the board.
Speaking of dynamic, Libeer has been that all season for the Rustlers, and poised for a big day today. Jeff, I thought last week at times Saddleback really had an opportunity to put points on the board, and obviously they're struggling this season at the quarterback position, and that's not something that we're seeing at the QB position for Golden West. Malachi Martinez has been fantastic.
Yeah, averaging just over 59% completions, 699 yards through the air, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But, of course, that only tells part of the story because Martinez's ability to extend plays and run the ball has been critical to the Golden West success as well. They start with a first down carry. Libeer over his right guard out to the 28-yard line.
And up goes to Sam Libeer.
That's a gain of about 3, and it brings up a second down and 7.
4-yard gain.
Call it 4. It'll bring up a second down and 6. We mentioned the Riverside offensive line and the 5 returning sophomores. Golden West on the other end of the spectrum. They have a freshman-laden offensive line. 4 freshmen on that offensive line, only 1 returning sophomore center, James Nose. They screen it out for Libeer, who is hit behind the line and dropped. Love when Don Willis getting there quickly.
That's one thing that's not going to work with this Riverside squad and the defense so fast east to west. You have to attack up the seam, and we see it right there. Liberia stuffed for a loss.
3rd down and long for Golden West. They come in converting 36% on 3rd down on the season, but this will be a challenge. You don't want to face 3rd and longs against the Riverside defense. Martinez sends a man in motion on a designed roll to the right. Looking downfield, evades a couple of tacklers. Now he's going to tuck in and run, but he is hit and dropped. No gain on the play. That's a terrific job. Jalen Carter in the open field bringing down the shifty Martinez, and that's a quick 3 and out, and Riverside will get it right back, leading 7-0.
During the headlights early here for Malachi Martinez, and to be fair, missing one of his favorite targets, Robert Sarmiento, out with an injury here today.
Yeah, didn't practice all week and not available, so Golden West battling some injuries both offensively and defensively heading into the matchup this week, and that only makes a tough assignment that much tougher, as they will line up to kick it away with Cypress back in punt formation. Riverside should come away with good field position. High kick. Fair catch signaled for and made. Keithon Gooden brings it in at the 31. That's a punt of 42 yards with no return. And Riverside will go back to work. 8:26 remaining in the opening quarter. And the Tigers on top 7-0. We mentioned the injury to Sarmiento. A couple of injuries in the secondary as well. Jakari Embry, Tyler Williams not available. And Harrison Koffel, the sophomore linebacker, also not available. So Nick Mitchell having to shift some guys around defensively for this matchup as well. Retzlaff with the play action. Has a man open and completes into Golden West territory to the 38-yard line. And wide open, it was Jordan Williams. A couple of yards free, and Retzlaff with another strike. He's 4 for 4 to get things going back in his old stomping grounds, and he appears comfortable. As Riverside has it, the 37, they want to work quickly. They screen it out. More running room. This is a 1st down and more. Down to the 20-yard line.
Chunk plays all over the field right now for Riverside, getting all the time in the world. And, well, this defensive front's going to have to start getting some penetration because Retzlaff having all day.
Yeah, Espadron on the reception, and he was able to get it down to the 20-yard line. And just like that, the Tigers are back in the red zone where they've been efficient. Interesting that their red zone numbers are right about middle of the pack on the season, but that's because they've been scoring on so many big plays. They haven't been in the red zone that much over the first 3 weeks. Juggling catch made by Jordan. Down near the 1st down marker again. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Another 1st down and a 1st and goal coming up for the Tigers.
14-yard gain on the play.
RCC coming in ranked the top team in the state of California in the 3C2A, and, well, likely up there in the national ranks as well. Tom Kraft really has himself a squad.
See Hinsey able to trip up Jordan, but he gets down to the 6-yard line. And Jaquez Jones will return in the backfield for Riverside. And what a luxury here working behind that outstanding offensive line. A timeout taken.
Go West. Oh, no. Is this Riverside?
Yeah, Riverside going to take their first timeout with 6:52 to go here in the opening quarter, and Riverside leading it 7-0 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. Riverside with a 1st and goal at the Golden West 6-yard line. And Mike, I know it's very early in this one, but you have the decided feeling that the Rustlers need a big play right now. Jones with the carry. Hit behind the line. No gain on the play. Xavier Streeter up from his safety spot. Able to hit Jones.
Not necessarily a big play, but a trending in the right direction with the stop near the goal line there for the Rustlers.
Yeah, this is it's almost, if you're a Golden West fan here, it almost can't be going worse. The Tigers have been brutally efficient offensively, and you had a 3-and-out on your first possession, and you badly need something to change the tenor. Jumbo package, and they try the left side. Again, minimal gain on the play. Leofa on the carry.
Well, considering the trend in this first quarter for Riverside, if you can hold the Tigers to 3, that's a massive win for your defense.
Elijah Martin able to bring down Leofa. No gain on the play, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line. Keep an eye on Reggie Retzlaff. Wide to the right, he is the favorite target for Jake Retzlaff. They throw it short. Espadrone with a big hit.
That's a massive hit.
Yeah, that is
that
Kylan
like,
Neal.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Neal decleating his opponent.
Let's give Espadrone a little credit to hold on to the football. Will bring you down to field level. And Neal, who moves from the outside to the inside this week with the injury to Koffel, there that time on a play that's been highly successful here in this opening quarter, but a good adjustment by Neal, who lays the big hit on Espadrone. That'll bring on the field goal unit from the left hash. The kick is up and good. 24-yard field goal, and that extends the lead to 10-0 with 5 minutes exactly remaining in the opening quarter. Jacob Mariquin connecting from 23 yards out. And Riverside, 2 drives and points on each one. But let's see if Golden West, Michael, gets a little bit of momentum from that stand.
That's a big stand for that defense, and the linebacking core really shining late in that possession for Riverside. Neal with the exclamation point on 3rd down, limiting the Tigers to just 3. 10-0. Rustlers trailing at home. It's early, but it's been all Tigers here on in the first quarter.
Well, here's the scary thing. Golden West here in the opening quarter has done a pretty good job avoiding the big play. But still, the Tigers have been methodical and have been able to move the football and have been patient themselves.
The big play, not the chunk play, though. Chunk plays have been, aplenty here for Riverside.
Yeah, too many of those, no doubt. Well, Libeer again on the return and able to weave his way forward. Gets out to the 28-yard line.
Jeff, when you're missing your favorite target, Martin's going to have to adjust early. And you saw in that first possession, he looked pretty uncomfortable. Libeer with a big stop on the screen that was thwarted by the linebacking core. That screen's not really going to work. You're going to have to start going up the seam. Look for Savao to get involved here.
Yeah, Kennewell, the leading receiver along with Sarmiento over the first 3 weeks. For Golden West, they overload the right side, 3 wide receivers bunched, but they'll keep it on the ground. On the left side, Libeer falls forward for a gain of about 4. That was Cross Antonacci on the carry. Antonacci, the leading rusher over the first 3 weeks, averaging 7 yards a carry. But Golden West also doing it by committee, and so far nobody has really grabbed the horns and taken over that lead running back spot. But Antonacci has been impressive running the football. In limited action, just 14 carries over the first 3 weeks, but still leads the team in rushing. Receivers left and right, 2nd down and 5. Antonacci back to his right, lowers the shoulder.
That's
out near the first down marker.
Terrific read with the cutback and just following his blockers, taking what the defense is going to give them. 2 runs, first down. Yeah, signs of life from the offense here for Golden West.
Left guard Preston Johnson, James Nose, the center, getting a good push up the middle, and Antonacci able to pick up the first down. First down for Golden West.
If you want those stands to continue defensively, you're going to need to kill a little clock with the run game.
Martinez with the short throw over the middle, finds Docknow out to the 48-yard line.
Docknow with some shaky hands in the first couple of weeks have really done a nice job last week of redeeming himself and becoming a reliable target for Martinez.
Antonacci solo in the backfield, and you see Nate Jimenez in motion, and expect Jimenez to step up to a larger role with Sarmiento not available today. Good running room for Antonacci into Riverside territory down to the 44-yard line. Good hard running from Cross Antonacci. A gain of 8 yards moves the chains again.
This is a statement drive here from the offensive line. The line was a question mark coming in. A lot of freshmen up front for Golden West and Nick Mitchell. And they are powering their way forward here in their second drive of the ball game.
Marseille Taylor eventually able to wrestle Antonacci down, but not before Golden West picks up another first down. Blitz coming. Martinez with some trouble on the snap. Now on the scramble and just throws it away. He was looking for Kennewell, but the pass off the mark.
It's a heady play there, and Martinez able to just get rid of it.
Second down and 10. That stalls the momentum momentarily. Michael, you referred to it moments ago, and I think with that push they were getting on the offensive line, it's easy to say in retrospect, but boy, I'd like to see them continue to challenge them with Antonacci and that power running game.
Yeah.
See what they do on a 2nd and 10 from the Riverside 44.
Yes, we were. That's what I'm telling you guys.
And now it looks like Lybeer back in the backfield. Play action, Martinez looking deep.
That's a flag.
Doc
Wow.
now, the intended target. The coverage, Bryce Tate.
Yeah.
And he was able to get a hand in there and break it up.
Like the big thing for Tate, he does at the last second get his head around to not draw the flag.
Yeah.
Because it definitely was contact at the end of that route, as you see here on the replay.
Left arm. And Tate, and a little bit of jostling there. And I think, Michael, you're spot on there that Tate gets the head around, and that's going to buy you a little credibility on that call. If you're the defensive back, 3rd and long for Golden West. Martinez, straight drop, good protection initially. Now the pocket's starting to break down. He's going to be sacked. Arturo Orozco coming on the blitz, and he gets Martinez back at the 45-yard line. That is a loss of 11. Brings up 4th down, and Golden West will have to punt it away.
Like we said, signs of life offensively on that possession, but unable to come away with any points. And, well, it's a pretty good kick early on by Cyprus, and let's see if he can repeat that feat.
Well, if you're looking for good news, if you're Golden West, this allows you to play a little bit of field position. They'll still kick it from their own 45. So you figure that maybe you can make Riverside again work a lengthy field.
Biggest takeaway from that drive offensively, you're able to eat up some clock, get your defense a little bit more rejuvenated.
They'll down it at the 16. 39 yards on the kick, and Riverside will take over with 1:45 remaining in the opening quarter. They lead it 10-0. Rematch of the SCFA championship a season ago. Number 3 and number 1. And so far, Riverside certainly living up to their ranking, Michael.
Very impressive, although the defense did come alive that last possession for Golden West. They're trying to spread them out right now, trips to the right.
Retzlaff slings it on the near side and completes to Rashawn Lacey. Lacey's first catch takes it out to the 22, a gain of 6. And a 2nd down and 4 coming up. Streeter on the stop.
6-yard gain.
They're going to give him the 23 and make it 7.
So a 2nd down and 3. Retzlaff stays perfect. 8 of 8 for 100 yards here in the opening quarter. Jones sweeping to the near side. Leaps a tackler. And he's brought down at the 26. That is very near the first down marker. He appears to have it.
They'll move the chains.
6-yard gain.
Looked like Hinsey able to finally come up there. And watch Jones buy himself another yard or 2 there as he gets airborne. Yeah, that was Hinsey who was coming up to try and make the stop. First down, Riverside. Receivers left and right for Retzlaff, who has the snap. Play action. Batted down at the line. Looked like Vasquez got a hand up.
Darren Vasquez, 6'4" defensive lineman, getting some penetration. Gets his hand up, and That's a dangerous ball there from Retzlaff, because if that didn't have as much mustard on it, it might have been 6 going the other way.
Well, in the win in the SCFA championship last season, Riverside had no turnovers in the game. And in the regular season win for Golden West, they were able to generate a couple of turnovers, and that's going to be huge today. Retzlaff on the run. Lacey can't find the handle. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up, and that was something that even Nick Mitchell himself admitted when we talked. He said, hey, listen, this is a really good team. This is a tough assignment we have, and we're going to need a break here or there.
Yeah.
And there's no getting around it. A lucky bounce here or there, a big play, a big turnover wouldn't hurt. 3rd down and 10. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. 4-man rush for the Rustlers. Retzlaff stands in, fires over the middle, and completes. Big play. Juwan Tucker finds a seam. He's going to go. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Huge play for the Tigers.
Tucker with the catch and run. 72 yards.
Brutal ending to the first quarter for Golden West. You get the 3rd and long, and boy, give the Tigers a ton of credit. It was good protection for Retzlaff, who stands in. We'll take you back to the replay in a moment, we hope. And Tucker does the rest after making the catch, but boy, Michael, that is outstanding execution everywhere on offense for the Tigers. Up and good. Let's watch one more time.
This is shades of Darius Hunter from a few years ago. Look at him turn on the Jets, and everybody, goodbye.
Yeah, it looked like Achille Hubbard had a shot but couldn't wrap him up. And then Tucker gets a block, finds the seam, and the speed does the rest. And with 18 seconds to go in the first quarter, Riverside pushes the lead to 17-0.
They weren't as impressive in the win at Saddleback last week. This is about as impressive as it gets from Riverside in the first quarter.
Retzlaff, I should say, with his 15th touchdown pass on the season. And for Juwan Tucker, the sophomore, who didn't play last week, what a way to return to the lineup. Already his 4th touchdown reception of the season. It's pretty scary when you've already got some gaudy numbers and you're still in September.
Retzlaff was SCFA Player of the Week, Week 1. In the win over Mount San Jacinto.
Taken at the goal line. Antonacci angles to the left, out to the 20, picks up a block, and he's ridden out of bounds, out past the 25.
24-yard return, 1st and 10, Rustlers.
Well, they're going to call it the 24. See if he was taken out right there, just shy of the 25. Nose of the football, right about the 25-yard line, and that's where Golden West will go to work. Time for one more play, perhaps, in the first quarter, down to 12 seconds. And the Rustlers with a big early hole. And this one, they trail at 17-0. Libeer in the backfield with Malachi Martinez. 3 drives and points on every drive for Riverside in the opening quarter. Martinez, play action, throws over the middle, blocked at the line. Pelu getting a hand up to knock that one down.
That's a huge play because Saval had a lot of room over the middle. If he catches that, it's a big chunk play.
Yeah, PJ Pelu. Tacoma, Washington, the sophomore. Good read. 2nd down. 8 seconds remaining, so Rustlers with time for another play. 3-man front for the Tigers and a 2nd down and 10. Snap to Martinez. Libeer on the handoff. Angles left for a gain of a couple. That'll be the final play of the opening quarter through 1. Riverside on top of Golden West 17-0. It's Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Touchdown, Rustlers! Malachi
Back live, 3rd and 8, Golden West. Martinez hit as he throws, guns it over the middle, and completes to Jimenez. Biggest play offensively for the Rustlers in the game to start the second quarter as Jimenez gets it out to the 45. That's a massive 3rd down pickup for the Rustlers, looking for some kind of momentum.
And we have an injured Rustler on the field, Hayden Harlan.
The right tackle, Harlan still down. Martinez takes a big hit as the delayed blitz comes. Wow, that is a big hit he took on the middle.
Harlan gets rolled up on.
I believe it might have been Orozco again coming on the blitz, and they'll look at Harlan. And we'll step aside for an injury timeout from Golden West. Riverside on top, 17-0 on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
First and 10 for Golden West from the 45. And Hayden Harlan departs, and Evan Cooper comes on to replace him at right tackle. Fresh set of downs for the Rustlers early in the second quarter. And the Tigers have come out on fire. And they lead it big. Libeer in the deep eye behind Martinez. They hand to Libeer over his left guard, following Preston Johnson for a gain of a couple of yards. They give him a pretty good spot out to the 48. That's a gain of 3.
I think we noticed last week in the game at Saddleback, defenders very aggressive to the ball handler. I wonder in these RPO schemes, does Martinez pull the ball? Because he is pretty shifty with his legs.
Savea Logaleo with the stop on Libeer. 2nd down and 7 from the 48-yard line. Martinez with the snap. Rolls to his right. The pass intended for Kennewell is short. 3rd down, and you're early in the second quarter, and no catches so far for Nick Kennewell, and that's definitely not what you want if you're Golden West. But I think, again, you give the Tigers some credit in their secondary, and so far they've done a good job bottling up Nick Kennewell.
Secondary's done a pretty good job. They've been able to get some pressure on Martinez. That line is not held like it has in weeks past. Also missing Sarmiento.
Another 3rd down. Golden West 1 of 3 on 3rd down so far. Facing a 3rd and 7.
Look for Saval here.
Straight drop. Blitz coming. Martinez on the run to his left, being chased and brought down at the line. That was Isaac Garcia, able to track him down, and that's the speed of the Tiger defense, because Martinez is incredibly fleet of foot, but Garcia, the linebacker, able to close the gap, wrap him up at the line. That'll bring on the punting unit once again. Cypress back in punt formation. Keithon Gooden waiting at his own 17-yard line. 13:23 and counting remaining in the second quarter. Kick away from Cypress. Gooden going to let this one bounce, and this takes a good bounce for the Rustlers down inside the 10-yard line to the 8. And that's where Riverside will take over. Well, so far a long field hasn't presented a big problem. But again, if you're Golden West, you play the field position game. Make the Tigers work some distance.
A long field's presented more of a problem to the Rustler defense.
Right, more area to cover, unfortunately, for Rustler fans. So here comes the Tiger offense, and not that there was a confidence problem before, but they've got to be beaming with confidence right about now.
As you said, Jeff, need a big play here from the Rustlers and see if the linebacking core and Kylan Neal can step up.
Retzlaff gonna throw. Juggling catch is made. And out past the 20. Farrar with the reception.
Retzlaff so fluid in his delivery.
Eventually taken down by Jordan Palomino. Palomino enters the starting lineup today with the injury to Koffel, but he has been a consistent performer over the first 3 weeks. So not a big step up. Retzlaff scanning, and that one
Tipped.
bobbled and dropped.
Yeah, that was tipped by Brogan Diasis.
Devin Getchaway in the area. A couple of Riverside receivers there, so a little confusion on this play. Hard to say. Yeah, crossing in front on a ball.
That was tipped.
That was Bryce Strong. Yeah, I think it was tipped. I think it was tipped by one Tiger on a pass intended for another.
No, it was tipped by Diasis.
Okay, so Diasis gets a hand in there as well. Either way, the pass incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 23. The handoff, running room up the middle. Jones weaving his way forward and appears to have enough for a first down. Check that. That was Bryce Strong on the carry. And for Strong, that's his first carry today, and he finds good running room up the middle, out to the 38-yard line. 16-yard run makes it another first down for Riverside. And the Tigers right back to work, moving the football once again. Strong over the first 3 weeks, averaging 5 yards a carry. Predictably, it's been running back by committee. Strong tries to spin out of a tackle in the backfield, might have gotten back to the line. Rustlers quick to the ball. Kylan Neal, the first to get there, getting a little help from Eric McGloyer. No gain on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 10. Jones, Strong, Valentine, Harvey, all seeing carries over the first few weeks. Screen pass and a gain of about 4 yards out to the 46. Back to Espadron, Norbert Espadron. They'll give him 8 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 2, and a big play here for the Golden West defense trying to get off the field for the first time today. They've given up points on each of the first 3 drives. Riverside 3 of 4 on 3rd down. They came in converting 40% on 3rd down over the first 3 weeks. Just about the numbers you would expect. 3rd and 2. Retzlaff pumps. Now looking deep, has a man and completes. Getchaway with the reception deep into Rustler territory again. He's taken out of bounds at the 22. And it starts with great protection. This is a hard play to run if you don't give the quarterback time. And that's exactly what they do for Retzlaff, the double move. As Getchaway working against Prince Ford one-on-one. And Retzlaff drops it in perfectly. And Riverside with a 1st and 10 at the Golden West 22. Strong remains in the deep I formation backfield, and we have a timeout on the field. Now it's Golden West. They'll take their first charge timeout with 10:06 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Riverside leading at 17-0 and driving again here on SoCalCollegeSports.com on the Coast Sports Network. First down, Riverside at the Golden West 22 after the long completion to Getchaway. Well, Retzlaff now 12 of 15 in the game, and he has completed to 9 different receivers. Fumble! The Rustlers look like they jumped on it, and they have. First turnover of the game, and Golden West gets it back. And we'll see if that gives the Rustlers some badly needed momentum. Let's go back to the replay. And the Tigers on the move, and they had just trouble on the exchange between Retzlaff and his running back Bryce Strong. Never had a chance, and Golden West, as Palomino jumps on it, have forced the turnover and get it back. And let's see if this changes the dynamic at all, as the Tigers appear to be on their way to more points. But the Rustlers come up with the big play and get it back. Martinez with Antonacci in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the left. Low snap, Martinez has it. Guns over the middle, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jimenez. Working against Loveland Don Willis. And good position for Jimenez over the middle, and had some room, but that play a little off kilter right from the start. Starts with the low snap. And the Rustlers never really able to find the rhythm on that play. Setting up a 2nd down and 10. Blitz coming. Completion on the screen. Jimenez picking up a couple of blocks. He's out past the 40 before he's tripped up by Gooden at the 41. And that's the first time today that we've seen Martinez in a situation where he needs to improvise and he's able to make something happen. This is a terrific play by the freshman Malachi Martinez to find Jimenez. The Rustlers pick up the 1st down out to the 41. Martinez with the snap. Antonacci straight up the middle, falls forward to the 44, a gain of 3. Garcia among those to get there, getting a little help from Alex Navarro Silva. 2nd down and 7 for Golden West. In the home black jerseys, working it from left to right here in the 2nd quarter. Now the blitz coming. Martinez evading the pressure. He's on the run. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 33-yard line.
Freshman mistake. Do we have a flag on the field?
Carter gets the snack. I should say gets the sack.
Same difference.
Well, no, we got some food around here, so I think it's if ever there was a slip with some psychological meaning behind it, I think it was that one.
You got to get that ball out if
Yeah.
you're Martinez. And
and I think Martinez there, Michael, just thinks he's got a little more time than he does, and I think you have to know your opponent a little bit, and this is an incredibly fast and athletic defense, and you are not going to be able to buy yourself the same amount of time. 3rd and forever after the sack by Carter. Good protection for Martinez, who rainbows the near side, but Gooden's the only one there. They're going to say it's incomplete, and I know Gooden would like to have the pick, but it's not going to hurt the Tigers too much because here comes the punting unit. This would have functioned as a pretty good punt for Golden West anyway if Gooden gets the interception either way. Golden West will punt it away after their drive stalls. The last time these two teams played, Riverside didn't have a sack in the game, but they've had a couple here today, and they have been instrumental in killing Golden West drives.
yeah, the sacks are usually the forte of Golden West, and I don't know if Retzlaff has hit the ground.
Yeah, the uniform looks pretty pristine so far. That's quite a statement against the Golden West team that not simply this year, but year after year is so effective at getting after the quarterback.
Led the 3C2A a year ago in that category in sacks, and, well, Retzlaff jersey way too clean at this point in the ball game. And you had to wonder, what would the response be, considering the circumstances. Retzlaff, the quarterback of Golden West a year ago. Well, offensively, this line for Riverside has done a terrific job of keeping him upright.
12 of 15 for 228 yards. And when we talked to Nick Mitchell, he was concerned, as you would expect, with Retzlaff's athleticism, his ability to extend plays and turn those into big plays. But that really hasn't been the case here in the first half. It's been pocket passing from Retzlaff. It's been great protection and his ability to get the ball to his receivers and let them make plays.
Again, a terrific play made by Retzlaff. And did they rule that a completion?
Lacey with the catch, tiptoeing the sideline. He's out to midfield.
Under duress.
Yeah, he just kind of lobs it. And that's a throw off the back foot with not a lot on it. And that's a dangerous throw, but it shows the confidence of Jake Retzlaff that he's able to throw that ball to a spot and let Lacey go and get it. And Lacey does. Out to midfield and a 1st and 10. First down, handoff, another good push up front for that Riverside offensive line is strong. Back in the backfield, runs for 8 yards to the 42. And again, that offensive line, Anthony LaFrance.
Go back to the pass play under duress, and man, Retzlaff puts it right on the money.
Brody
Beautiful
Schlafly,
play.
Ed Riley, Alan Rennie, and Kyle Scott. One more look at it from field level, and Lacey able to get the foot down. Retzlaff throwing on the run. What a bullet! Inside the 5, looking for Lacey again down to the goal line, and he got in for the touchdown. Watch the pass from Retzlaff here. This is unbelievable. What a dart on the run, and Lacey able to slip out of the tackle and walk it in for a Riverside touchdown, and they push the lead to 23-0.
Couple of terrific throws on that drive for Retzlaff. One under duress, one on the run.
Well, lest one should doubt the arm strength of Jake Retzlaff, I'm going to put that up there as Exhibit A because this is an unbelievable throw on the dead run.
It's Mahomes-esque right there.
That's pretty tough, and Hinsey working one-on-one against Lacey. That's an incredibly tough assignment, and well, it gets back to something that we talked about during the week in our discussion with Nick Mitchell. That's Retzlaff able to extend a play and then make something happen downfield and make a throw that few quarterbacks that we see are going to be able to make.
That is Division I talent written all over it, and Retzlaff with an opportunity to really write his own ticket to the next level.
14 of 17, 285 yards for Retzlaff in the first half. What a homecoming for Jake Retzlaff, who a season ago was at the helm for Golden West in their magical run in 2021 that saw them get within a yard of a trip to the 3C2A championship themselves. Meanwhile, it's an interesting story for the Tigers. Many might not know or might have forgotten that the Tigers, after that great win, fell short themselves as they lost by 3 going up to take on City College of San Francisco. And this is a Tiger team that has come back wanting to make that next step, go up that next rung of the ladder, and complete the championship run and get back to the top where they were in 2019. Liebeer on the return.
Golden West's going to have to respond here in a big way offensively.
28-yard return.
It's a 28-yard return for Liebeer before he is forced out of bounds. And here comes the Rustler offense with 6:45 remaining in the first half.
First and 10, Golden West.
Martinez with Antonacci in the backfield. Twists his way forward to the 29.
And that's one right there where Martinez had a chance to maybe tuck it.
I want to correct very quickly.
Yeah, do we have a new QB?
That was Jason Pate on the carry, and it looks like we might have a new quarterback as well.
Uiale.
Yeah, Uiale going to come on and replace Malachi Martinez. Second down play back to Pete. Falls forward to the 34. Good hard running for Jason Pete. A gain of 5 brings up a 3rd and short.
Third and very manageable.
5-yard gain, third down.
Lehigh Focia eventually with the tackle. Big 3rd down for Golden West, who's 1 of 5 on 3rd down in the game so far. Ale on the season, just 2 of 4 for 25 yards. As the snap. They give it straight ahead and hit behind the line and stopped well shy of the first down. Antonacci got the carry, but no chance. What a great push up front by the Tigers.
Big fella.
Yeah, that looked again like Focia getting back in there.
Look at the penetration here. Lau foul.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Lau foul, that was getting back in there. And
That's
A little help from Jalen Carter to finish it off, and
it's like getting hit by a refrigerator.
yeah, talk about running into a wall. In almost the literal sense. A loss of 1 on the play, and the Rustlers will have to kick it away. Short kick, and they'll down it at the 40. Riverside with 4:49 to go. Will have very good field position, leading at 24-0. Some kind of statement from the top-ranked team. Riverside City College. This is the number 3 ranked Golden West team that had played about as well as you can play over the first 3 weeks. Starting out 3-0.
It's so bad early, Martinez gets pulled, and we don't really see an injury out there, and I wonder if it's just Coach Mitchell looking for a different look. We expect to see perhaps Luke Peterman, number 19 for Golden West, maybe get some run. It was very impressive in their scrimmage earlier in the year.
Robert Valentine on the carry, bounces off his own man. Tries to circle right, but he's dragged down. No gain on the play. Vasquez and Palomino teaming up on the stop. But they give him a pretty good spot to give him a yard. It'll bring out the 2nd down and 9. A Rustler player is down. Is that Kylan
Neal?
Yeah. Well, that's all you want to see if you're Golden West, but we do have an injury timeout on the field. 24-0 Riverside on top. You're watching Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Kylan Neal able to make it off the field. And a 2nd down and 9. Retzlaff guns the near side and completes to Retzlaff, who leaps a tackler into Rustler territory to the 48-yard line. Finally taken out by Eric McLawyer, but watch the athleticism of Reggie Retzlaff, who has led the Tigers in receptions over the first 3 weeks. Kentrell Omar trying to deliver the hit. Retzlaff able to make the hurdle and pick up a few more yards. 1st and 10 from the Golden West 48-yard line, I formation backfield. They gave all on the ground. Another good push up front. Good running room. Harvey with the carry. Down to the 38. That's very close to another 1st down. The ability to run the football has been a key storyline in this first half for the Tigers. Now up to 74 yards on the ground. But that's an incredible amount of rushing yards against Golden West when you look at the numbers over the first 3 weeks. Retzlaff against the blitz has time, throwing into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Well, that was good protection initially up front. And Retzlaff didn't have a lot of options on where to go with the football, and the pass falls incomplete, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Rare incompletion for Jake Retzlaff, who's 15 of 19 in the game. Closing in on 300 yards. The next completion ought to do it. Retzlaff, deep drop, sets up the screen. for Harvey. Harvey with blockers downfield, hit and dropped by McLawyer at the 24-yard line. Good enough for another first down. It's a pickup of 13.
100% to the point of contact.
Watch here, and this is just well designed. Back to live action and a completion over the middle to Retzlaff. Retzlaff working back to his left. He's at the 10, to the 5, dives for the pylon. And he's in for the touchdown. Reggie Retzlaff extends the lead for Riverside. On a designed roll, and again shows off the cannon, but Retzlaff, it's the yards after the catch. Beats the entire Rustler defense and gets to the pylon for Retzlaff. That is already his 6th touchdown reception on the season, and Riverside putting on some kind of performance in this first half. Now lead at 31-0 with 2:29 remaining in the opening half. We'll keep it here as Golden West will get it back. Retzlaff now with 334 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. And Riverside up over 400 yards of total offense. And again, to put this in some kind of perspective, this is against a defense that had allowed 10 points over the first 3 weeks of the season. But this is an entirely different kind of performance. And Riverside, who themselves coming off a most impressive start to the season, wins over Mount San Jacinto, Long Beach City College, and Saddleback. And they appear to be well on their way to staying undefeated on the season. We got a full half of football, if not more, to go. But right now, the way it looks, Golden West seeking some kind of answer against Riverside. Positive plays have been few and far between, and they've been able to make a little something happen offensively in the first half from time to time. But they have really struggled against this Tiger offense, led by an old friend, Jake Retzlaff. And right now he appears as comfortable as ever in Huntington Beach.
Talk about showing off again. How about Ollie on that one? Zips one up the seam.
Yeah, the throw over the middle and complete for a first down. Completed to Lariva, Isaac Lariva. Well, there have been some moments for Golden West, but haven't really been able to string a lot together. Ale going to throw again, finds a completed pass once again as he gets it to Kennewell. Kennewell's first catch to the 48-yard line into Tiger territory. So a couple of completions. Rustlers want to move quickly. They'll send 3 to the right side for a 1st and 10 play. Ale looking left, throwing deep. Kennewell with the leaping attempt, and it's incomplete.
Man, Ale put that on the money.
I believe that was Savao, the intended target.
No, that was Doc Nall.
Was it Doc Nall? Okay.
Doc Nall, I think, is injured on the play.
Yeah, here it is. We'll see Doc Nall, and boy, got the hands on it, but couldn't quite bring it in.
I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. Let's hope that's all it was.
Willie Tucker Jr. had the coverage. 2nd down and 10 for Golden West from the 48. And I think finally on this drive, it's for Nick Mitchell and his staff, it's why not let it loose? Take a few chances, a few shots downfield. 2nd down and 10. Ale.
Yeah.
Well, let's take you back to the replay before we get back to it. And
see the collision that Doc Nall makes with the ground here, and He's still down.
We'll take an injury timeout. No, it's Docknell appears to be getting back up, so let's keep it here for a 2nd and 10 coming up for Golden West from the Riverside 48-yard line. And at this point, with 1:41 to go, if you're Golden West, you'd love to find a way to get some points on the board.
Just get one in the end zone at this point.
Yeah, head into halftime and start new in the 3rd quarter.
Yep.
2nd down and 10. Ale with receivers left and right. Anthony Williams into the game, along with Lariva as they overload the right side. Now we're ready to go. Deep drop for Ale, good protection. Looking on the far side, has a man, it's complete inside the 5 and in for a touchdown. The Rustlers are on the board.
Kennewell, at some point you knew he was going to come alive, and Ale drops a dime over the defense, and Kennewell takes it in for 6.
Well, they got him one-on-one, working solo on that far side, and Ale, as he gets behind Keithon Gooden on an island, trying to deal with Nick Kennewell. And Kennewell's 2nd catch of the game, and he takes it to the house. A 48-yard touchdown, and Golden West is on the board with 1:33 to go in the first half. The point after, placement down, kick is up, and it's good.
Camera operator Angelo Solis, a terrific job. We'll see the replay one more time. Camera 2, please. And the lefty Ale hooks up with one of the top receivers in the state of California, and Kennewell another touchdown at home this season.
I'll tell you, I like the little disguise there from Kennewell as he makes a little fake, like he's going to take it out, kind of a double move,
yep.
And that gets him the separation from Gooden on a ball that was perfectly thrown by Ale, really throwing to a spot.
I mean, Kennewell didn't even catch it cleanly. That's news for him. But a chink in the armor now for Riverside. 1:33 remaining. I wonder if Retzlaff maybe makes something happen, get that touchdown back, or at least some points on the board. Also an opportunity here for the defense to respond here for Golden West.
Well, knowing Riverside, they're looking at this as still 93 seconds.
Kylan Neal back on the field here for Golden West. You'd like to see that.
To put even more points on the board. I wouldn't expect them to go quietly here with this much time. Still a couple of timeouts as well. Gooden on the return, hit and brought down short of the 20. He's at the 18-yard line, so it'll be a fairly long field for Riverside with 1:26 to go. And as mentioned before, they still have 2 timeouts.
Andrew Steven, Angelo Solis, Matt Mateos, our camera operators here today. Lorenzo Osuna in the director's chair, and providing you with all the visuals. You see a beautiful field at Golden West. A great day for football, Jeffrey.
1st and 10 from the 18. Retzlaff has the snap, play action, quick throw, complete on the left side. Good blocking from Gitchaway downfield, and that gets the Tigers a first down as Norian Espedron, makes the catch out to the 31. And Norian Espedron, with that catch, becomes the 11th receiver to have a catch in the first half for the Tigers. Lacey with another catch out to the 39.
This might be the first flag that I've seen here today, because there's laundry on the field, and this is in the area of what you'd see a hold.
That might literally. Let's see the stats.
I think that's the first flag.
Yeah, there have not been many, and I'm checking, and yes, that is the first flag in the game. Well, that is impressive for both these teams and both these coaching staffs.
Oh, I thought you were going to say about me, hey, that really is the first flag today.
I kind of expect that from you. I mean, it's not really.
Hey, look,
that's old news.
My stats and numbers always unofficial.
So an eligible receiver downfield will work against Riverside. And they'll back them up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. 1:11 to go. The football resting on the Riverside 26-yard line. Well, they don't have Ricardo Chavez as they did a year ago, which meant that they had to get to all of about the 40-yard line to be within field goal range. Retzlaff taking a shot down deep, and he had a man wide open. And the pass incomplete. That is a major bullet dodged as he was looking for Jordan Williams. And the Rustlers, that had to be a blown assignment somewhere.
Jaden Jackson's looking for safety help over the top. It was not there, and luckily the wind blowing to the near side really redirects that ball in the air. And, man, couldn't have said it any better, Jeffrey. Golden West dodges a bullet.
How about the irony of this for Jake Retzlaff, who has been near perfect in the first half, and I bet if you ask him, that might have been one of the easier throws he had in the first half. And
he was under duress, so the pressure was starting to get to him.
Retzlaff sets up, throws over the middle, crossing pattern for a modest gain.
Neal.
Retzlaff with the reception, Neal with the stop.
3-yard gain, third down.
And that makes it third down and long. Down to 40 seconds, 39 as the clock continues to move.
If you're the Rustlers.
Retzlaff sets up in the pocket, guns over the middle, and finds Retzlaff out past the 40 to the 42.
Stop the clock momentarily with the first down, but it's a missed opportunity there, I think, for Golden West. I think you take a timeout, reset the defense, stop the clock, maybe even give your own offense a chance if you were to get the stop. Now that's all for naught. 26 seconds remaining, and Retzlaff still with the ball.
Well, it has got to be nice for Jake Retzlaff to come back to Riverside, come back to the area closer to where he grew up, and then he's got the added security blanket of his very talented brother as his favorite target on this team, and he looks very comfortable playing pitch and catch, and I'm guessing that's not the first time those two guys have run that pattern.
Obviously, one of the reasons why Retzlaff made the move to play with his brother.
Yeah. Sixth catch of the first half for Reggie Retzlaff. 70 yards and a touchdown, and Tigers now have it at the 42. I referred to Chavez a moment ago, who had such an incredible career at Riverside and an incredibly powerful leg as he moved on to the University of Idaho. And they would have been within about 20 yards of his range from this point right here. Mariquin takes over as the kicker, but you got to believe they need a good 25, 30 yards here to really think about the field goal. Retzlaff steps up, guns, completes into Golden West territory. This is very close to field goal range as McClower takes it down to the 30. It would be a 47-yard field goal from here. It's 28 yards as McClower makes the reception. Yet another target for Retzlaff. 11 different receivers with a catch as McClower makes his first catch. They're at the 30, 17 seconds to go. Riverside does still have a timeout. Retzlaff stepping up away from the pressure, throws on the near side, completes the pass to Gitchaway, who's down inside the 20 to the 19. That's enough for a first down. That will stop the clock while they move the chains. What do you do from here? You've got time for maybe 2 plays, but perhaps only one. Do you attempt the field goal from here? Riverside is going to take a timeout. That is their final timeout of the first half. We'll step aside with Riverside leading at 31-7. It's Golden West College football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. Jacob Mariquin on to attempt the field goal. He's 6 for 6 on the young season. And this will be from 36 yards out. Snap, placement down, the kick from Mariquin away, long enough and good. Mariquin powers it through. He stays perfect on the season. Riverside stays near perfect on the first half. And they now lead at 34-7 with 3 seconds remaining. Time enough to kick it off here and finish off the first half. But Yet another impressive drive, Michael, for the Tigers, who are able to work it down. They started at their own 18. They get it down into Mariquin's field goal range, and he converts. And they steal back a little of the momentum that maybe Golden West had heading into the locker room on the big play to Kennewell, putting 3 on the board. And wow, this is a little bit shades of 2019. And going back, think about that Riverside team that went on to win the championship. But
the one that went on to throttle San Mateo in the state championship game?
Yeah.
Talking about that team?
Yeah, and that was, looking back in that game, it was a little bit of shades of this game where, again, it was a terrific matchup on paper and a team that had had so much success all season long. And that was a game, I think, that was ultimately a little closer than the score would indicate, but still, it's an incredible performance when you consider the level of the opponent against whom they're doing it.
34 points last week versus Saddleback. They got 34 points.
Squib kick taken up at the 20-yard line and out to the 25, and that will do it. Halftime from Golden West College, and Riverside going to take a 34-7 lead into the locker room. You are watching Rustler football on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Touchdown, Rustlers! Now that Martinez finds a man over the middle, Sarmiento will take it in for 6. Touchdown, Rustlers!
This one hit deep to right field, and it's over the head of Marquez. That's going to score a run.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
halftime in Huntington Beach and Riverside all over Golden West 34-7. Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Cepeda back with you. And Michael, we could go on and talk about statistics left and right and big plays. I'm going to basically sum up what I saw in the first half. Jake Retzlaff has 402 yards passing, and that's pretty much the end of the story for the Rustlers here in the first 30 minutes.
That's a fact. And, well, about as impressive as you would expect coming in. Was a stud last year for Golden West and then goes to Riverside, and now they're poised for a late postseason run. Just very impressive. We saw them last week at Saddleback, not as impressive. First half was a completely different story. It was 2 interceptions and a fumble loss for Retzlaff. We go into the replays here with the first touchdown, and this got things going for Riverside. This one
off a lengthy drive, and Valentine takes it in.
A lot of chunk plays, and then this is the big one. Couple broken tackles here, and then goodbye.
Yeah, Jawan Tucker finds the lane and wins the race to the pylon, and that was a real crusher because that made it 17-0. That was on a third and long,
yeah.
And you think maybe you're getting off the field, and instead the Tigers, as they are so often want to do, make a big play at a big moment and push the lead to 17-0 as Tucker makes his only catch of the first half, but boy, oh boy, did he make it count. And then we move on to the second quarter. Well, this is one more look, I believe, at the Tucker touchdown.
We want to make sure we have all angles.
All right, yeah, we're going to show you this one. And, again, it was not just a great play, but a huge play as well, as Tucker does so much of the work himself after a good throw from Retzlaff.
And this was an absolute dime on the run.
Yeah, finding Rashawn Lacey, and Lacey takes it in. That made it 24-0. Uwe Ale came on at quarterback to relieve Malachi Martinez. This the big highlight in the first half as Ale finds Kennewell on the 48-yard touchdown. Riverside would add a field goal late in the first half, and they take the 34-7 lead. But I make the point that I made earlier, and you could talk about, and there's any number of statistics you can refer to, but this is about a very talented Riverside team that obviously made some adjustments from a performance a week ago that I think was certainly more than good enough to get it done, but perhaps could have been better. And obviously, it seems clear that they put in the work this week, and they have come out at a whole different level here in this first 30 minutes. Well,
that was the question. How would each team respond? And Malachi Martinez, for as good as he's been weeks 1 through 3, deer in the headlights early on. And, man, Ale comes in and drops a couple dimes, 3 of 4 for the touchdown, the big one to Kennewell, and puts him on the board. But being a lot more than that. Really, the defense going to have to respond here, start getting some pressure on Retzlaff. Retzlaff at times, and we saw last week, he was a little rattled by some pressure. If you can get to him, it's easier said than done, obviously, with that big line up front. If you can get to him, force some mistakes, this could be a different ball game. 34-7, pretty steep uphill climb, but at least you got to build some momentum going into next week.
Well, one of the things that Nick Mitchell did talk about as being absolutely critical in this game, and while we're busy talking about Retzlaff, was it was so important that Golden West be able to stop the run. Yeah. And they haven't really been able to do that. You've seen a good push up front by that offensive line. They've been able to consistently create running lanes for the running backs. It's not going to put up the gaudy numbers that you've seen from Retzlaff in the passing game in the first half, but it's been very effective. And when you have the number of different weapons that Retzlaff can spread the ball around to, and you can run the ball, well, that's a real recipe for success offensively.
Absolutely, and that'll do it here for halftime. Third quarter coming up here in about a couple minutes. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage, SCFA football Week 4, Riverside and Golden West on the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
Set to get started in the third quarter. Golden West will have it to start the third quarter, and it's 34-7. It's an uphill climb, but we've seen some strange things, and if the momentum really starts going in one direction, 30 minutes can be an awfully long time. So the Rustlers will look to maybe get something going right away here in the third quarter, and they will have the ball first.
Well, they certainly found something late in that first half with Uyale coming in, freshman quarterback from Carson, California, and Carson High School, and he'll come out to start the third quarter. And this could be a situation where he could win the starting job outright.
Yeah, Ale has already doubled his pass attempt total here with the first half and completes his first pass here in the third quarter out near the 40-yard line, finding Jimenez again. Jimenez been the leading receiver here today now with his third catch for the Rustlers, and he steps into a bigger role again with Sarmiento being unavailable today. For Golden West, it's a gain of 15, brings it out to the 40, 1st and 10.
4 of 5 now for Ale.
With Antonacci in the deep eye. Quick screen back to Jimenez, but he is hit at the line, might have even lost yardage. Don Willis able to get there for the stop. Back to the 38, it is a loss of 2, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 12. And Mike, it's a point that we've made a couple of times, but boy, it's tough to go east-west against this defense. You're going to have tough sledding. Because they are so quick to the football, and they get there quickly and break up that play.
Yeah, anything where you're not rolling out the quarterback, you need something to be just very quick. That play's not going to work. Wide receiver screens aren't going to work against this group.
Trouble for Ale, picks it up, but he is swarmed under for a loss on the play. 3rd sack of the game for the Tigers. Orozco among those getting there. And it was Talib Saludin who was really first to get there. And again, Orozco helped to finish him off. But this starts with some trouble on the snap, and we've seen a few bad snaps today and some trouble on the exchange for the Rustlers, and that one really hurt him. It was a loss of 5, and it makes it 3rd and 17. And the snap to Ale. Blitz coming. Ale with good protection, and it's off the hands of his intended target and incomplete.
Yeah, that was Fitzpatrick. Wanza
might not have had quite enough for the first down, even if he makes the catch, but that is very similar to a few drives that we saw in the first half where the Rustlers had a little something going, but couldn't sustain it, and the drive stalls, and they'll have to kick it away.
Again, the positive takeaway from that is look pretty good. Pretty solid throw there from Ale. Puts it right on the hands of the receiver.
Yeah, I think this has been a nice performance for Ale coming on in relief of Malachi Martinez. And again, we don't know if this is just a switch up at the quarterback position and a chance to get a look at another player, or if there perhaps is some injury situation involving Malachi Martinez. But either way, it was Ale that came in. I believe it was very early in the second quarter. But he's done a nice job leading this offense, and of course did hook up with Kennewell for the lone touchdown in the second quarter for the Rustlers. The kick from Cypress taken, and the Tigers will take over with very good field position at their own 39-yard line.
Yeah, low, short kick.
And you wonder if we're going to see Retzlaff all day. Obviously, we're going to see him for a little while longer in this game, but you wonder if there won't be an opportunity eventually for the Tigers to go into the bench. Handoff and immediate trouble. Streeter into the backfield quickly. A loss on the play, with Neal getting in there as well.
Well, if anything, you're going to see a lot of running here in the second half.
Jones on the carry, loses 2. It's a 2nd down and 12 coming up from the 37. Jones leads the way on the ground for the Tigers with 26 yards on 8 carries. And that is one of the few plays we've seen where the Rustlers have really been able to fly to the ball in the running game and get a hit in the backfield. So often it's been a good push on that offensive line, and they have been able to create lanes in the running game. Empty backfield. Retzlaff stepping up, throws over the middle, and completes again to Gitchaway. Gitchaway looking for a downfield block. He is spun down at the Golden West 41 for a first down.
And Streeter had a beat on this. Gets caught going the wrong way, and that was a near interception. Instead, it's a chunk play for the Tigers.
Yeah, Jonah Laban eventually making the stop, but not before Gitcheway picks up the first down and more. The Tigers immediately into Rustler territory at the 41. Pistol formation. Retzlaff, play action, has time, lobs and completes at the 20, 15, and out of bounds near the 10. It's Reggie Retzlaff again with his 7th catch of the game. He was taken out at the 11. This a 30-yard pickup, and Retzlaff just running free in the secondary. He had separation once again.
First and 10 at the 11.
Running right at our camera. Right at our camera.
Retzlaff with the snap. Inside pass complete inside the 5, down near the goal line. It's down to the 1. Espadron with the reception. And now the Tigers at the doorstep. And Michael, they continue to make it look easy. 10 yards. It'll be first and goal from the 1.
The most descriptive word I think that fits here for Retzlaff is poise.
Yeah, he is completely in command in this offense, which is kind of amazing because, again, this is his first year in the offense. Having played at Golden West a year ago. Looking to throw on a first and goal, back shoulder throw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Reggie Retzlaff. Second down and 10. Malachi Gatewood had the coverage out there one-on-one on an island, and has a good location on the throw. I'm a little surprised we can go for a little more of a floater, trying to let the taller Reggie Retzlaff go up and get that ball. The give to Jones, who leaps and is in for a touchdown. So Jones able to punch it in from a yard out. Another touchdown for the Tigers, and the lead is now 40-7. He follows his left guard, Brody Schlafly. And in for the touchdown.
Riverside had 34 in the entire game last week at Saddleback, about to put up 41.
Mike, I'm thinking back to the first half, and I know the one drive did end in a fumble, but I want to say they scored on every other drive. Obviously, we could check the special teams to see if there's a punt, but I don't think we've seen. There hasn't been a punt. I think they've scored on every drive, except for the turnover, and that's noteworthy because even on the drive on the turnover, they were moving the football when they had turned the ball over.
Let's see what kind of response here we get offensively from the Rustlers.
It has been clinical precision up and down in this roster, but no punts. A score on every drive except for the one. Taken at the goal line. Now past the 25 into the 30. Good return for the Rustlers out to the 36. Antonacci with the lengthy return. We'll take you down to field level, and good job opening up a lane for Antonacci, and the Rustlers will take over with solid field position at their own 37-yard line. 10:35 to go in the third quarter. And it's all Riverside here from Huntington Beach. Ale back on with Libeer in the backfield. As the snap. And they give to Libeer, off tackle on the left side, falls forward for a gain of about 4.
It's a good read there by Ale and the RPO. He doesn't pull the ball. They were expecting him to on that play.
Saludin with the stop, but Libeer gains 4, brings up a second down and 6. They're at the 41-yard line. Ale against the blitz, throws quickly over the middle on the pass. Incomplete. Looking for Robbie Savau, and we haven't seen a lot of Savau today in the passing game. That is one of very few targets for Savau. Brings up a 3rd down and 6 from the 41. Three wide receivers to the right. Snap to Ale. Another blitz coming. Hit as he throws. His Ale is up in the air and intercepted by DeMarco Moorer. And if that's Moorer, I believe that is his 4th interception on the season already. As this one batted at the line, the blitz gets to Ale this time. And it's high in the air, hangs up, and Moorer right there. And indeed, DeMarco Moorer now with 4 interceptions on the young season. Each team now with a turnover in the game, and Riverside takes over with a very short field at the Golden West 37-yard line. While Mike, long fields haven't been a problem. And now it's a very short field, so a tough assignment for this Rustler defense. As Robert Valentine lines up behind Retzlaff in the pistol formation on a 1st and 10. Play action, Retzlaff sets up, good protection, still has time, throws over the middle and completes. Threads it in to McClower. Down to the 20-yard line.
Retzlaff just showing off the complete bag of tricks, going the sidearm arm slot.
Yeah, he is comfortable throwing from a couple of different angles, clearly, and has accuracy.
The platform does not matter.
1st and 10 from the 20. Quick throw again, this one incomplete. Lacey, the intended receiver.
Yeah, they brought the entire house that time.
Well, it's so dangerous with Retzlaff with his ability, first to throw the football, but also with his ability to move and evade pressure. But we haven't seen a lot of blitzing. Clearly the decision's been made to not try and get after Retzlaff with a lot of blitzes. That was a rare blitz. Big hole up the middle, inside the 10, another 1st down for the Tigers. Valentine on the carry. That was another gargantuan hole opened up by the Tiger offensive line. And they are inside the 10 at the 8-yard line with a 1st and goal.
It was an impressive performance at Riverside a season ago for Golden West en route to their win during the regular season. Obviously, they lost the last game of their season. The SCFA championship did Golden West, but if you look forward to this season, should they drop this game, it certainly looks like they will. Golden West, still with a chance to make some noise in the postseason.
Quick throw on the right side, juggled and caught by Espadron, but he's going nowhere. Might have gotten back to the line. And it'll be a 2nd down and goal. Jordan Palomino able to wrap up. Espadron might have even lost a yard on the play. Riverside going to slow it down. McClower going to come back in. They'll go a little bit bigger with the tight end McClower. Valentine remains in the game in the backfield on a 2nd and goal. Now Retzlaff ready. As the snap, fakes to Valentine, throws back of the end zone, juggling catch for Retzlaff. And we'll probably be able to get you down closer to field level and watch Retzlaff working one-on-one. Achille Hubbard with the coverage, and
2.
This is from across, and excuse me, I believe I said Hubbard. That was not Hubbard on the coverage, but we'll get you one more look at that one. But either way, you see Retzlaff looking to his brother. And Reggie able to secure it and get the feet down. The extra point is good. It's 48-7, and let's take you back here. And this will come right at you as he's working against Malachi Gatewood. And Gatewood tried to get a hand in there, but how about the concentration of Reggie Retzlaff? While he's got to think about getting his feet down as well, coming up to the back of the end zone there, but secures the ball, gets the feet down. 2nd touchdown catch today for Reggie Retzlaff, who's now up over 100 yards, 109 yards on 8 receptions with a couple of touchdowns. And Riverside with a couple of touchdowns here in the 3rd quarter have blown this one open. They lead at 48-7 with 7:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. These teams have met in each season that Nick Mitchell has been at the helm here at Golden West, and Riverside won 4 of the 5 meetings. Golden West with their lone victory in the series last year in the regular season, a 37-20 win at Riverside, but that was avenged in that classic SCFA championship. But the latest installment here in 2022 is all Riverside.
Back to the touchdown. Go ahead and play it out. Camera 2.
Live here on the return, and we'll take you back again and watch Retzlaff. And that time, leading him to the back of the end zone. Another good throw from Jake Retzlaff, and Reggie Retzlaff with the touchdown reception. And the lead now 48-7. Ale back on with Jason Pete in the backfield for the Rustlers. And at this point, Michael, I think it's just all about at this point, I started to say, I got a message here, but it's really all about just trying to create momentum, as you were alluding to, I think, moments ago. You know, it's 1 week. You got a long season still to go. You got your conference season coming up, and let's just, keep working and get ready. Finish this one out and get ready for next week, and the season goes on.
Well, right now it's important for Uiale to get some reps at quarterback because it looks like he might be your Week 5 starter.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see moving forward. I think we've both been impressed with the way that Ale has thrown the ball. Here coming on. 8-yard pickup, leaves a 2nd and 2. Ale with a deep drop, looking deep, and the pass incomplete.
I'm surprised there's no penalty there. Looked like Ale got hit in the head.
Looking like it was looking for Javon Williams, who was working against Bryce Tate. And Williams, yeah, let's watch this one more time here, because Williams, I think, is trying to work his way back to the ball. And does, well, it was a little bit late there, I think. Good no call. And it brings up a 3rd down and 2 as the Rustlers take a shot downfield. Pete on the read option, dragged down. This is going to come down to the spot.
It's close. I mean,
At
they're
the
right
35.
At 35.
Yep.
I think they're going to move him.
Just enough. Salutin with the stop.
That is a first down.
So a fresh set of downs for Golden West. 6:35 and counting remaining in the 3rd. Good pocket and a completion. Big play to Kennewell at the 35-30. It's a foot race, and Kennewell's going to win it.
Well, Golden West certainly has an opportunity and the ability to put up points in a hurry. We see it right there. They hit Kennewell in stride. And Kennewell with his 2nd touchdown of the day.
Yeah, the synergy between Ale and Kennewell was there. So I think if you're looking for some good news, that's their 2nd touchdown hookup here today. And few bright spots and far between them for Golden West, but there's another one as Ale delivers another strike to Kennewell, who's able to slip away and take it in for the touchdown. Extra point is good. 6:24 to go. 48-14 Riverside with the lead. You're watching Golden West College football. They're on SoCalCollegeSports.com on the Coast Sports Network.
Angelo should have been on that side.
.48-14. And teed up and ready to go.
What do you think, onside kick here?
End over end. Taking near the 15, a little trouble. Well, they just kind of fall on it.
Yeah,
Out at the 21-yard line.
Trying to catch a flying saucer, easier said than done. You see the bobble, what you're doing there in the return game for Riverside.
Yeah, good job at least falling on it and averting the full disaster on the play as Alfred Jordan Discretion the better part of valor, and he just falls on that one. Keeps possession. Now Riverside will come on.
Go, Zach! Get to the quarterback, Zach!
So far, they've had their way offensively, and we do have a new quarterback, so Jake Retzlaff might be done for the day. Big hit behind the line. This is going to be a loss on the play. New quarterback Bud Burney, who did see fairly significant action, especially at the start of last year. In fact, Bud Burney was the starter in the first matchup between these two teams. Eventually, Jordan Barton took over as the quarterback for Riverside for much of the latter stages of last year and then into the postseason. But it was Bud Burney that was at the controls early for Riverside, so an experienced backup quarterback that certainly is very familiar with this offense. Comes on. It'll be a 2nd and long after the loss on the first down carry. Snap to Burney. Delayed handoff inside. And good running room again. I believe it's Jacquez Jones, but I'm trying to get a number. Okay. So we're getting the word at 25. Elijah Monroe. Or no. Was it Elijah Monroe? Okay. Thank you. It's Cam Leofa, who gets the handoff on the draw, gets it out to the 25-yard line. Will bring up a 3rd down and 6. As you would expect, Riverside been outstanding on 3rd down here today, 5 of 6. So they'll call it 3rd and a long 5. Snap to Burney. 4-man rush, setting up the screen to Leofa. Leofa looking for a block. He's got the 1st down and more. Out past the 42, the 41-yard line. Another conversion on 3rd down. And there I think you see the comfort of Bud Burney. You get a guy who comes in. This is your backup quarterback, but a lot of poise on that pass. Does a great job setting up the screen, finding Leofa. And the Tigers coolly convert on 3rd down and continue the drive. They're out to the 41-yard line. Back to Leofa, trying to bounce it to the outside, drag down for a gain of a yard.
And this, I think, just the 2nd flag of the game. I think it's come back. Area of a hold. Some impressive size up front for this offensive line for Riverside. You can't imagine what the food bill looks like.
Pre-game meal pretty sizable? Is that
pretty sizable? Probably a lot of pasta there.
A little bit bigger than our pre-game meal with our team here, which is getting bigger every week, but not to.
Well, it depends on the game.
Not to compete with these guys. The flag does go against Riverside. That'll back them up to the 31. It'll be 1st and 20.
Putting places like John's Incredible Pizza out of business. Can you imagine? You're the owner of John's Incredible Pizza. You see the offensive line for Riverside City College.
See this team pull in. Yeah, it's a scary moment. Bryce Strong in the backfield. On the draw. Little cut to his right. Tripped up near the 29. That's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. Hudson Letterman there on the stop. And for both these coaches now, an opportunity for some reps for a lot of your players up and down your depth chart. Under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, so expect to see some names, and here are some names here down the stretch. Some guys who will get a chance get on the field in a 48-14 game. Empty backfield. 2nd and 13. Burney slings the right side, completes to Espedron, weaving his way forward. He's still on his feet into Golden West territory, down to the 45-yard line. That is going to be good enough to move the chains. That's a terrific effort from Espedron. Yeah, this catch has made it about the 45-yard line, and he picks up about 10 yards after the catch. Over there, tiptoeing that far sideline.
This is a chin checking of the highest order here for Golden West. Riverside has come in here clicking on every cylinder possible.
Espedron gets a block. He's down inside the 35 to the 33 before Hinsey brings him down. Hinsey, an interesting case, been handling some of the kicking duties this season, but if you go back to week 1, it was Hinsey at his defensive back position that had a couple interceptions in the victory over Orange Coast. So he's a guy who can fill a few different roles, obviously. For the Rustlers, gets the stop on the completion to Espedron, a gain of 12. Another 1st down for the Tigers. Bernie from the gun. He'll keep it on the ground. With Strong, bursts through a hole. He's at the 25, bounces it to the outside. 15-10, run out of bounds inside the 5. That's good hard running from Bryce Strong. I believe it was Neal that finally chased him down, but watch Strong here. And a good move, breaks it to the left and turns about a 5-yard gain into about a 20-yard gain. First and goal from the 3. They go back to Strong, now bouncing it to his right, lowers the shoulder, in for the touchdown. Bryce Strong finishes off the drive. 3-yard touchdown. And whether it's Retzlaff or it's Bernie, it's the story remains the same. The Tigers go right down the field once again, most impressively, and now push it to 54-14.
Just cut back, finds the open lane, and man, this offensive line is getting some kind of push up front.
Yeah, 5 sophomores on that offensive line, and that is a telling storyline in this game. And you know, Mike, we make the point, and again, you don't want to belabor it, but this is some kind of defense that they're doing this against, a defense that has been beyond lights out in the first 3 weeks, and they are just going through them like it's no pads walkthrough at this point today.
You mentioned earlier this is a team that in their first 3 weeks given up 10 points defensively,
yeah,
and they're making them look like a JV team. 55-14.
Only one drive that did not end in points, and that drive was in the Golden West territory when the turnover happened. Down to 1:51 to go in the third quarter. You look ahead, and Golden West next week will be at Long Beach City College as they'll start their conference schedule. And Riverside, I think it's another pretty tough assignment. They're back home, but they'll take on College of the Canyons, and that's another tough opponent for both of these teams next week. So they're not going to have any time to get back to things with a little easier mark on the schedule. They get more of the same next week.
Canyons coming off a loss at home versus Fullerton, looking to right the ship at Palomar later tonight.
Through the back of the end zone. We'll see Ale and the Rustler offense.
A statement was made early in this one by this offense for Riverside City. They marched right down the field and put up 6.
I think it's interesting going back to the opening toss, and Riverside won the toss, and where so often you see teams defer, and they want to start the second half, and I think Coach Kraft over on that Riverside sideline said, give us the ball. we're gonna go right to work, and that certainly seemed to be quite the prescient call on his part, because they went right down the field and really took control of the game early with that opening score.
Said to the refs, why don't you give me the ball?
Ale on the scramble, hit and brought down at the 23.
A big fella. Up to the 33, rather.
33, thank you. So 8 yards will bring up a second down and 2. But for the most part, when we watch it, you see the deferral to the second half is very much the standard call.
Yeah.
But Coach Kraft goes old school. But I think it's a statement about the confidence he has in his offense that I think he wanted to get going right away and try and take command early. Another completion for Ali and another big play for the Rustlers into Riverside territory. I believe that's Williams with the reception. Anthony Williams making the catch. Takes it all the way to the 30. That's a gain of 37 yards, but they aren't walking it back. There is a flag down. 1:02 remaining in the third quarter, and this is going to be coming back. Ineligible man downfield as we watch the replay. I'll tell you, that's another good throw from Ale.
That's a terrific throw. Right on the money, in stride, allows his receiver some extra yardage after the catch, but unfortunately, all for naught. Because ineligible downfield.
Yeah, it's going to back it up to the 28, where it'll now be second down and 7.
Well, doubleheader coverage here on SoCal College Sports. Later tonight, Pasadena at Antelope Valley. AVC with their first win of the season last week at Victor Valley. Have a chance to get back to 500. 2022. Emory Johnson with the call tonight.
Ale with good protection. Still looking. Now throws over the middle and completes to Jimenez. Out to the 45. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Now, Ale might be a freshman, but a lot of poise there. Under duress. Allows his receivers to break into a different route. And Jimenez picks up the first.
From Carson High School. And will we have something of a quarterback controversy in Golden West?
I don't know if there is one.
Moving forward. Big hole on the left side.
Big collision, too.
Pete with the carry. Jason Pate, a guy that they're very high on. Excited for his contribution in the running game. He's been battling a hamstring injury that has been nagging him throughout the early part of this season. But a good carry. Gets it to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line of Riverside as the third quarter winds to a close. We are through 3. Riverside all over Golden West. They lead at 55-14. Rustler football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you on the Coast Sports Network. Start of the fourth quarter. Pete on the carry. Down to the 37. Second down. After a 5-yard run. We'll leave a second down and 5. 3 wide receivers to the left. Ale in no big hurry. Has it at the 37. Looking left, now throws over the middle. Big collision, but the catch is made for a first down. Another catch for Jimenez as he takes a big stick, but holds on. Salutin downfield, delivering the hit, but a great job by Jimenez to hold the football down to the 22-yard line. Jimenez stepping in nicely for Sarmiento. Loose football, and the Tigers are going to have it on the turnover. Trouble, it looked like on the exchange, as Alex Navarro Silva is in the right spot at the right time and falls on it to end the Rustler drive at the Riverside 26-yard line. Don't know if we have the replay, but this was just something of a hot potato, Michael, and Ale never quite had it fully. And he coughs it up, and Riverside gets it back. And that ends the Rustler threat. We're going to see another quarterback. It looks like we will. Bernie had one drive. You had one drive, Michael.
One drive.
And Alex Grotto will take over at quarterback, third quarterback of the day. They'll keep it on the ground on a first down carry. Out to the 32. Back to Leofa.
The handoff goes to Cam Leofa. The new quarterback is Alex Grado, number 7.
So apologies, we don't have the guaranteed pronunciation. I've heard Grotto and Grado. And Leofa threw a big hole up the middle. Has the first down out to the 46-yard line. Following all-conference center Ed Riley. And that was another sizable lane for a Riverside running back. And Leofa has the first down. Injury timeout on the field. 13:20 to go in the ball game. Riverside on top. You're watching Rustler football. 10 from the 45. The snap to Grotto. The handoff in the backfield, and Martin almost there to take the handoff himself. Wraps up Harvey for a loss on the play. So a loss of a couple will bring up a second down and 12, Mike.
During that last time out, chance to see the front end of the 5-time champion compilation video of the men's water polo team here at Golden West.
We're familiar.
Yes, we are.
We've seen him in action. Second down and 12. Harvey on the carry, dragged down, might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
And we will have coverage of that for you, the 3C2A Water Polo Championships down in Chula Vista later this year at Southwestern College.
Brogan Diasis with the stop, and a 3rd and long for the Tigers, who are 6 of 7 on 3rd down. Let's see if young Alex Grotto in his freshman year out of Los Gatos High School will make a throw. He's going to drop back. He's under pressure. Hit as he throws and almost coughed it up. Diasis was right there, almost had the interception. Well, that's as much pressure as they've been able to get on a Riverside quarterback at all today. As finally, for Golden West, someone was able to come in unblocked.
Disaster written all over that one. Riverside catches a break. Here comes the punting unit. Second time today. It's a double nickel on the scoreboard right now for RCC.
I was just checking because I was like, I didn't even remember the first punt. I think this is the first punt. And it's away. Johnson with the kick. And it'll land short, but take a good bounce for the Tigers back to the 19-yard line. And that's where the Rustlers will take over.
See if we can check with our official statistician. Is that the second punt today?
Yeah, it's the first.
Punt? That's right. Again, my number is always unofficial.
Aren't all of ours.
Yours better than mine.
At the 20 is where they will spot it. Look at the numbers for Ali, who's 8 of 13 for 185 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Does have the 1 interception.
And that was under duress with a deflection off of a helmet.
So Ali has been impressive. Keeping on the ground on first down. Gain of a couple. Straight up the middle. It's a slow whistle.
Yeah,
still moving the pile. And finally they're going to blow the whistle. I don't know why they're going to wait so much. And then, as you would expect, there's a little pushing and shoving on the way there. And I'm not sure what was going on there, but that whistle could have come in about a good 3 or 4 seconds earlier than it did. Nonetheless, it's a gain of about 4 or 5. They'll spot it at 25, so call it 5, and it'll be a second down and 5.
It's very important right now for the refereeing crew to keep this to a simmer. Because considering the score that's up there and the rivalry between these two teams, this has the potential to be a powder keg situation.
Jonathan Scott in the backfield had the carry. Ale is hit and sacked. And that was Rayshawn Gilmore, the first to get there. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and long. 3rd sack of the day for Riverside. And I mentioned they didn't have any sacks in the loss, or I should say in the victory in the SCFA championship. They didn't have any sacks in either matchup a season ago and going 1-1, but they have been able to generate a much more steady pass rush today and really hamper the Rustler passing game. It's a 3rd and long. Ale on a designed roll. Near side throws and complete, short of first down yardage. Torres with the reception out to the 28-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down and will bring on the Golden West punting unit.
4th down and 2.
So Jake Cypress will come on to punt it away. Gets it away. Good kick from Cypress. over the head of Gooden, and it takes a Golden West bounce. This is going to be a huge kick for Cypress. Back to the 13-yard line. That's 59 yards. And for Cypress, that is his longest kick of the season by a significant margin. Tigers will come on and have it at their own 13-yard line. 9:18 to go in the game. Well, Mike, I figure, though there's going to be a few candidates, it's going to be a pretty short conversation for player of the game. I think it's going to be hard to get away from.
Which team?
Yeah,
I think
team. Yeah, I think one for. I think we have a little more of a discussion on the Golden West side. I think it's going to be hard on the Riverside side to get away from
Jake Retzlaff.
From Jake Retzlaff to the tune of 28 of 35,
488 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's going to be
no turnovers.
That's going to be a tough one to vote against. You could argue you could give it Madden style to the Retzlaff brothers as Reggie was picked off, and Golden West gonna get a late touchdown. Dane Despars with the interception on the pass from Grotto, and that'll pull the Rustlers a little closer with 8:47 to go. Pick 6, and it makes it 55-20. And we'll show you the replay here from a couple of angles, and let's watch down here and down at field level. And this might have been miscommunication on where to go with the football, because it really looked like it went pretty much right to Dane Despars. Right place, right time. And Despars is able to take it in, and it's 55-21. As we take you to break, we'll give you another look or two here from field level. And yeah, looking for Espadron. And Espadron didn't get his head around on that. And again, talking about third quarterback here in Alex Grotto, and that's probably not a lot of reps working together. And clearly, Espadron not expecting the football at that time. And instead, Despars right there for the interception, 55-21. Well, there's a highlight for you for the Rustlers moving forward. And immediately with that interception, Despars puts himself in position to possibly be the player of the game.
Well, he just needs a couple more of those.
Right. I think another one would really lock it up, but nonetheless, a highlight for the Rustlers, and they pull within 55-21 with the interception return for a touchdown. Interesting, Dane Despars, really right down the road, Edison High School in Huntington Beach, and so playing close to home. And comes up with the big play.
Familiar color scheme.
Right. Return out just shy of the 20 by Jordan Williams. So Riverside will have it at the 19. Well, we were getting dangerously close to a film session where Tom Kraft might have not had a lot to talk about. He still would have, but there's something they can really zone in on now and work on moving forward, because boy, the rest of the performance up until that point, it didn't look like there was a whole lot to talk about. So Grotto will remain in the game, and Riverside will have it 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. First down carry, looking for the edge, a pickup of about 3 for Donovan Harvey. Neal eventually forced him out of bounds.
5-yard gain on the run.
They'll give Harvey 5 yards. And a 2nd down and 5, and the Tigers will no doubt look to run some clock. Second down carry, first down yardage for Harvey. Weaving his way forward. He's out past the 35 to the 38-yard line. That's a good run of 13 yards.
That was a gain of 14 yards.
7:39 and counting remaining in the game. Well, we do look ahead in our coming weeks, and we'll be very busy here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and a couple of other schools set to perhaps join our roster and come on here, and we'll have some coverage perhaps. I know of Long Beach City College. We're going to be part of their broadcast, I know, moving forward. I know
next week it's Saddleback at Ventura, is that correct?
Yeah, it's Ventura. Yep, Saddleback at Ventura primarily, but also look ahead to possibly some coverage of Palomar as well moving forward. So
Palomar at San Diego Mesa next week. It's a big rivalry game, and we are in talks to potentially have coverage of that game next week. I believe that's a 6 o'clock start. In
addition to our continuing coverage of Golden West, Ventura, College of the Canyons, Antelope Valley. So hope that you'll join us throughout the season. And as always, you can check out our YouTube channel by searching SoCal College Sports 1 to find our YouTube channel, and of course our website, www.socalcollegesports.com, and you can see our schedule week to week of coverage here of the SCFA. Timeout on the field. 6:40 to go in the ball game. Riverside on top, 55-21. You're on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. Back live and a carry and a loss on the play on 2nd and 4. Neal with the stop. Third down. After Harvey loses a couple.
Remember, game 1 of 2 here today on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. It'll be Pasadena at AVC, Antelope Valley College, hosting tonight. Emory Johnson on the call.
Third down carry and a first down. Harvey breaks into the open field. He's into Golden West territory at the 35. Brought down at the 31. A big third down conversion as Harvey finds a hole on the right side and picks up the first down. Well, how do you like it when you're running out the clock and on a 3rd and 5?
Looked like a hold right there on the edge, and Riverside gets away with one there. Not that would affect the score any, but
Amir Alamin finally bringing down Harvey. Now Harvey with 54 yards after that 26-yard run. Leofa stood up after a gain of a couple.
And that's Diasis. First man there with a big hit.
Yeah, Brogan Diasis, freshman out of Sumner High School in Sumner, Washington. And they get more and more out of state here from Golden West. And talking to Mick Mitchell and both Cross Antonacci and Malachi Martinez coming from Meridian High School in Idaho, where it's a Golden West alum that quarterback coach at Meridian High School, and that creates that relationship, and you see more players coming in from out of state, not just at Golden West, but across any number of schools here in the SCFA.
Well, Jeff, you talked about the lack of material that Coach Kraft might have for this game in the film session. Well, it's going to be the exact opposite for Golden West. They'll have a lot to learn from in this week's film session, looking back at this game. And, at some point, I think Coach is going to say, hey, you know what, we want to flush it and we want to move on. But, obviously some teaching points to be had for Golden West, that's for sure. We get to our thank yous yet? I think you did.
Well, yeah, we haven't. Obviously, we've got a lot there, but starting here at Golden West with Athletic Director Danny Johnson and Sports Information Director Tim Bremen. Of course, the team at Coast Sports Network, Mike Moore, Anthony Dombrowski.
Tim Bremen, Director of Operations, also on game day. He's usually the first guy here. And if he's not here, he's the first guy at CrossFit.
Yes, that's true. I see him there. You see him here. So Tim gets a whole lot of us for on
I,
Saturday.
And I would like to clarify, it's not me that's seeing him at CrossFit. That would be you.
Mariquin will try the field goal.
That's it.
And it is long enough and good. So Mariquin converts on his third field goal of the game. Riverside tacks on 3 more with 3:17 to go. They lead it 58-21 here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network.
Nothing says game day like good friends and Bread's hot chicken. From 100% all-natural chicken, juicy tenders, delicious sandwiches, loaded fries, and Tennessee sides. All cooked fresh right in front of you. At Bread Chicken, you get the food and the price you love. Dine in or take it to go. Located in Costa Mesa at the Lab. Chicken ain't easy.
End over end kick. Taken at the goal line. Out to the 20. And just past. Antonacci on the return. And 3:09 to go. Another busy night upcoming in the 3C2A.
Special thanks to our sponsors on Coast Sports Network, Bread Chicken and American Dream. Had a chance to sample American Dream earlier this season. And
You got a chance to sample?
I did. I'm sorry. Next time you're in on the invite. I
special perks for the president of the company, I guess. That's how that goes. First down carry. And a pickup of about 3. And it's Jayshon Pete.
American Dream located at Surf City. Pacific City, Huntington Beach off of PCH.
Second down and 7. Do want to provide, also give thanks to Nick Mitchell as well, who took some time out and talked with us this week, helping us to prepare for the weekend. And we thank Coach Mitchell for taking some time out of his busy schedule.
I figured I'd ask, did you get any time with Coach Kraft? I would wager probably not.
Yeah, Coach Kraft didn't have a lot of time to talk to me, nor unfortunately did anyone from Riverside.
That's all right.
Well, it happens. Everybody stays pretty busy, I guess, so that's how that goes.
Hey, they had a busy week preparing for a big game. Can't fault them for that.
I'm going to take also want to pass along thanks for our team. Today's broadcast directed by Lorenzo Osuna. Our cameraman, Andrew Steven, Angelo Solis, Matt Mateos. Thanks to Cody Valentine as well, and on graphics, Matt Tyndall. Bigger team every week. It's a little bit longer list of thank yous for me. Meanwhile, it's Malachi Martinez who has returned and able to scramble away and ultimately pick up the first down and extend the drive as we wind down to 2:12 and counting remaining in the game. So one more look at Martinez. Hand off to Scott, who's got running room on the left side. Tripped up out at the 46-yard line.
Certainly important for him to get as many reps, being a freshman.
Yeah, it was Trent Light, Preston Johnson on the left side of that offensive line, and that was a rare case where we saw some good running room for a Rustler running back. But the reality is the Rustlers, by trailing so big so early in this one, were turned into something of a one-dimensional offense by the circumstances of the game. And they have been really fighting uphill almost from the outset. 3-yard run is enough for a first down. And the Rustlers, despite trailing in this one, appear to be able to run out the clock here on this one, and teams will move on. And Riverside going to move to 4-0 in most impressive fashion. This was an emphatic statement here at Golden West. It's going to go down as a 37-point win unless something changes in the final minute. Martinez under pressure, rolling right, still looking. Pop flies on the far side, and the pass incomplete.
Make sure you just play it from the beginning, okay? And then we'll come back for the pregame show, for the postgame.
So we'll make it 2nd down and 10.
Second down and 10.
730 total yards for Riverside today, and that's a staggering total. Under a minute to go. Martinez has the snap on the right side, a gain of a couple of yards.
Scott with the run, 2 yards.
Scott on the carry. Scott, another Golden West running back battling injuries and has been for much of this season. But they are excited to get Scott back into the fold. The throw over the middle is picked off. Marseille Taylor. Taylor on the return, brought down in Golden West territory at the 43-yard line. So Martinez with the interception ends the drive, and now Riverside can come on and close things out in victory formation and put this one in the books as Taylor with the interception on the pass from Martinez. 22 seconds remaining. Third turnover of the game for Golden West, though turnovers really weren't much of a storyline in this one. Riverside with a couple of turnovers as well, and I think again as Grado will come out and kneel this one down to finish it, but I think we've had ample time to cover what's been the storyline here in this one with the sensational effort offensively from Riverside. 58-21 will be your final. We'll step aside briefly, come back and wrap things up from Huntington Beach here on SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. (58-21) the final score. Riverside will stay undefeated and move to 4-0. Golden West with the loss will drop to 3-1 on the season. Give you a quick look at the upcoming schedule for the Rustlers, and you see they are back in action a week from today. That'll be at Long Beach. Meanwhile, for Riverside, they will return home and take on College of the Canyons. A reminder, our schedule tonight here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, Antelope Valley College at home. They'll be taking on Pasadena City College. Looking ahead to next week, we will return with a doubleheader ourselves, Saddleback at Ventura, Palomar at San Diego Mesa. We look forward to a couple of good games there, including a rivalry game, Palomar and Mesa. That will wrap up our coverage from Huntington Beach, Riverside City College, all over Golden West. The final 58-21 for everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com and the Coast Sports Network. Thanks so much for joining us. So long, everybody. Set is